what's good with y'all long hit ass niggas, bro? We got the Attack on Titan tier list, you feel me? This shit gonna be cold, bro. I've been planning on doing this Attack on Titan tier list for a bit, bro. I woke up this morning with some wood. I was like, what should I do today? I should make a motherfucking tier list, bro. An Attack on Titan character tier list. This shit could be banging. I like it because I'm gonna throw in characters all the way up into chapter 136. So if you are a motherfucking bum and you haven't caught all the way up in the manga, that's tough. I'm gonna try and break it up to where the anime only niggas could still enjoy the video. But low key, bro, I think y'all gonna be outside this one, bro. I think you may have to catch up on this one. Cause I'm gonna say some wild shit. I may fuck around to say, you know, something about what's happening in chapter 136. And I'm pretty sure by the time this does drop, chapter 137 should be getting dropped soon, bro. So let me get hydrated first. Bro, I had to put my time into making this tier list. No tier list had everything I was looking for. So I had to create a whole Twitter just to make a tier list, bro. And Twitter is the most toxic app in the world. I didn't want to poison my brain by making a Twitter, but I had to. I've been having this idea for a minute, but I always forget to do it. But now that I finally got to sit down and make the tier list, let's get up in this shit, bro. You know what? Nah. Fuck the talking. Fuck the bullshit. Let's get up in here, man. Alright. We're gonna start off with Annie. I fuck with Annie, bro. The reason I fuck with Annie is because she was in that crystal, you know, that crystal thing for a bit. And she popped out, you know, chapter like 130 something. Not 137, but she pops out in the most recent chapters. And she's a cold character now. Like, she's actually part of the gang and shit. So I fuck with that shit heavy, bro. And she has a shit with Armin that I want to see develop a little more. So because of that, I gotta put Annie. So like, Annie a good character, just that since she was in the show for a long time, she was barely in the show. She was in the show at the start and at the end. So because of that, so far, damn nigga head itchy, bro. But so far, bro, I'm gonna have to put Annie. She ain't a horrible character, so I have to put her in B right now. Armin, I ain't gotta say much about Armin. That's my nigga right there. That's Jason Bourne. Armin's Jason Bourne, bro. He going to S. The reason I have to give this nigga an S, there's a couple reasons I have to give my nigga Armin an S. He went from that bitch ass nigga to the bitch ass nigga that could blow shit up. That nigga cold. I don't know. That's probably not the best explanation of why I put Armin in S. That nigga cold, bro. You can't even deny that Armin is cold. Berto, I like Berto because when they went further into his backstory, how he liked Annie, you know, and shit. So he was doing a lot of shit just to not impress her, but be around her. I fuck with that. I like that little backstory on Berto. Berto did get dropped off. Annie ate my nigga Berto. And for that fact, since you got 8, my nigga, yeah, but nah, Berto a good character though. He's the one who kicked down the wall. But the thing is, he wasn't the mastermind behind it. It was really Reiner who pretty much drove the 4 to go to Paradise in the first place. You know, Reiner, Berto, I fucked up. The 3 to, you know, Reiner's who drove them 3 to actually continue on the mission. So at the end of the day, Berto was kind of a crash dummy. He didn't really think of shit. You know, Berto was just sitting there looking confused the whole time. He didn't really do much or say much. He was kind of reserved, more to himself. And he didn't really drive. The whole series was kind of pulled around. He didn't really take charge of anything. So, for that fact, I can't have him as a better character than Annie. But he's not an F tier character, so I'm gonna put this nigga at D for now. So I'm gonna just go through, put everybody somewhere, and at the end of the video, I'm just gonna show y'all a screenshot of what I got. Cause I already know, niggas may hate on my tier list. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I can throw hands, cause I'm flat. Yeah, niggas may hate on my shit. Aaron's mom. Even though she don't have too much, like as a character, she wasn't developed too much. She was pretty much made to be what turns our character. She was what was, you know, in every manga or shonen or something like that. I think it's like a tragic hero, some shit. I'm probably wrong as fuck. But it has to be something to make the protagonist have to leave or have to. There has to be something that makes the character go on his quest. That was the death of his mother. And, you know, of course, Bertolf stuffing his dirty ass toes through the wall and all the Titans in. That was it, but the death of his mom was what pulled Eren, out of a comfortable state to where he had to go on that quest. So, in that case, she was not the catalyst, but she played a role in how Eren is today, of course. But as a character, she ain't that really good of a character. But I don't want to put her as an F. She ain't a horrible character. So, oh no. For now, she's cool. I'm just saying D with Bertolf. But the thing is, okay, Bertolf has to be a better character than her. The thing is, she links up with this nigga right here. I forgot this nigga's name. I'm gonna call him the commander or some shit. She's linked to him and Grisha, of course. So I like that, but for now, she's a D character. She's not an F because she's not horrible. And this is gonna be more opinionated. I ain't really talking about the character too much. It's if I fuck with the nigga or I don't. That's how I'm doing this shit. And also, I'm not gonna put her there. I'm not gonna put Armin there. Like, come on, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's based on character also and how they play into the plot. But it's also going to, do I fuck with this nigga or do I not fuck with this nigga? Colt, he going the same to his Bertolf to me. He's more or less just there. He's not doing too much to drive the plot. He's kind of a piece in somebody else's puzzle type shit. Like, Bertolf is a piece in somebody else's puzzle. Colt is kind of a piece in somebody else's puzzle. So my nigga Connie, I fuck with Connie a little bit. I thought this nigga Connie looks like Drop Off Crew, bro. Connie look like the type of nigga that you expect to die season 1 or 2. Like, you expect, let me see somebody who died early. Like, you expect Marcel to be alive for a bit and a nigga like Connie to be dead. But Connie proved himself during the entirety of the season to be a reliable he's like a reliable dude to have in your group. So for that, Connie, he's gonna go to B for now. I don't really fuck with Connie too much. I be hating on that nigga Connie. This nigga right here, I fuck with him. A lot of people the niggas probably would have forgot about this nigga, but he's that dude who, at first, we didn't like him at first because he seemed like a greedy ass bitch. Honestly, he was a greedy bitch. A greedy bald-headed bitch. But now, what was going on? He pretty much helped Levi and them, Eren and them, during that whole player versus player arc. When they were shooting each other and shit. So during that arc, this nigga was a real nigga. But he didn't really do too much. So I have to put him in D for now. Even though, am I saying is he as good as a character as Eren's mom? Hell no. But he got fleshed out almost more than Eren's mom in this story. So, where it's probably just been a while for me. Like, I haven't watched season 1 since like 2014, 2013. That's probably it. But my nigga. All right, so look. Now we got Dina. I don't really like how they did Dina like this. So I just used the Attack on Titan wiki for these photos. They did Dina kind of dirty. I wish they gave her a picture before she turned. I low-key want to go back and change it. Anyway, Dina is a real nigga. Oh my god, I actually am pissed that they only have that for Dina. Anyway, that's beside the point. Dina, I fuck with Dina. She didn't really do too much. She's kind of in the same boat as Eren's mom. Like, she was more or less used in a story or a plot, but she wasn't fleshed out too much. But Dina cool, like, the most she ever said was like, before she got kicked off the wall. Well, I guess in a way, Dina didn't really do too much, but she was kind of, exactly, used in the plot. She ate Eren's mom. So that's another big thing. And she also ate, what's his name, like Hans? Dina was out here fucking up Eren's life in general, bro. She went and killed the mom, and she went and killed Hans. Pretty much two people that Eren saw as parental figures in his life. Drop both of them niggas off. So for that fact, she has to go in the same tier as like Eren's mom as to like, I'm thinking the D tier is mostly be people who didn't really do too much. They didn't really do too much on their own accord. Like, they kind of seem like characters that had a specific function As for characters like Bertov, even though he did have a specific function, even though Bertov had a specific function, this nigga was more than that. Like, he had that function and then he had a crush on Annie, so that's why he acted weird at times, or like, you know, just other shit. I fuck with that, so he's a little bit more. So in that case, I don't really know too much about this nigga, so I'm gonna have to put him in the same category here. Pixies, I fuck with Pixies. I like this nigga a lot at the start of the series, but then as the series progressed, I kind of forgot him. I forgot about him a little bit. But when dude turned to a Titan, I felt that shit, because he was kind of like that reliable old head in the village that was there since the jump. And you know, that nigga was wise, so like Eren kind of looked up to him a little bit, or we kind of fuck with him because he kind of advocated for Eren. But then to see that nigga turn to a Titan, that nigga looking wild. Like, that nigga was looking ugly at a Titan, bro. Just to see him turn to a Titan, somebody who's so humanized, somebody that was so humanized, turn to a Titan like that, I don't know. That shit didn't really feel right watching it. So, and that nigga looked kind of aberrant. Like, that nigga was ugly. But anyway, I fuck with Pixies. He's a he goes there for me. I don't know. I'm putting that B for now. B for now. Eren, this nigga get an S. This nigga Eren is the most. He's the coldest nigga in the series, bro. If you out of a copy of mine, hopefully you are. Hopefully. My nigga Eren is so fucking cold. This nigga started off the series, I'll kill every Titan. And the series, enough. I'll kill everybody. He went from I'll kill all the Titans to fuck that. Hold this. I'm killing everybody. That shit was cold. I like to see that shift in Eren. I like how this nigga was, he may be the attack Titan. He may, you know how memories are from times past and times in the future and shit. Eren may be the will of the attack Titan. Like, the story progressed in a way to where he was controlling things even in the past, and his younger self wasn't too aware of it, and he used to see memories and visions, not sure if that was a past or present. So there came to the point where he was always aware of what may happen in the present. When he ran into Ramsey, he knew the run was going to happen. When he kissed Historia's hand, he saw some other visions. That nigga looked like he had to take a turd when he kissed Historia's hand. So that tells me that nigga saw something. So for that case, it's just Eren's cold, bro. There's no denying that. I don't know any list I'll put Eren below B. I low-key think B for Eren's a crime, but Eren Kruger, I fuck with the L. This may be wild to say. By my logic, he should be in D because he kind of served a purpose or function. His function was to be that person that passes on knowledge to Grisha so he could get the Paradis, and pretty much he started a chain reaction of what we see today. He gave the attack time to Grisha. Grisha took that to Paradis, possibly dropped off a fucking disease there. That's a whole nother thing. But, you know, Grisha went to there with the attack titan, you know, snuck his way into the royal family, bodied Frida, I think it was Frida, took the founder titan. Before, you know, the infamous three, Reiner, Annie, and Berto broke into, you know, the walls and shit, he passed all those powers on to Eren and gave him the key. Kruger, in a way, started that chain reaction, but also I fuck with Kruger because, I don't know, he was just cold to me. And also, he was more than that. He kind of gave us a little hint as to how the paths are laid out, like how memories transcend time. He said Mikasa, Armin, Eren. He knew all of this, so it's quite possible. That's another thing into Eren probably being the last attack titan, or Eren probably being the path. If the path of attack titan went from person to person, he would be the end, and pretty much he controls everything in the past in a way. I don't know. It's weird. The whole Attack on Titan timeline is weird based on how the memories are drawn out, but it's going to my nigga Erwin. My nigga Erwin goes in the S tier. This nigga's cold, bro. That nigga said, you know, there was 2 times we thought my nigga Erwin was gonna die. When it was the fight to keep Ymir and Eren and shit. I'm thinking around season 2, when Ymir and Eren were captured, and then, you know, then they got bit. He said, "Fight on!" That shit was hard, bro. Eren is cold. And also, the reason I put Eren in S tier, because I like how he parallels us. I fuck with that shit. This nigga died. His whole purpose at one point, and I'm gonna put his dad at S tier too. Even though that sound wild, that sound crazy. There's a reason I'm put his dad at S tier too, but let's get to that point. Eren was cold because he was all curiosity. This nigga he lived and died by what he knew and what he didn't. This nigga saw what his dad went through, pretty much became a boss, became the head of the Survey Corps to figure out the truths that his dad were trying to spread across, what's the name, Paradise. This nigga Aaron, even at the last second when his whole life was to, he wanted, like, you could tell his whole life's purpose was to figure out what the Titans were. He doesn't even know what the Titans are. He doesn't even know that they're humans. He doesn't know that. Imagine Erwin, the most cold nigga in the series to me, don't even know what the Titans are made out of. He died right before they learned that truth. And this nigga Erwin, bro. My nigga Erwin, bro. He's cold. This nigga literally dies on the rooftop of the truth. He was that close to it. And he decided at that point, and that's why I fuck with him so much, he put, instead of putting his own selfish desires above humanity, at that point, you know, a lot of people question Ern. They're like, Ern, are you doing this for yourself or for humanity? Are you just, you know, sending people to constantly go outside the walls and die for yourself or for humanity? At that point, it kind of proved that he was like, you know what, I'm fighting for humanity. I'm going to put my own intentions to the side and give, you know, Armin, what's the name of that fat ass Titan, bro? I'm going to give Armin the Colossal Titan. And at that point, well, he didn't say that, but Levi kind of saw it as that, and Levi knew. I don't know, it was just a cold part altogether, bro. That nigga, it's just tough. Aaron is a tough situation. He kind of died not knowing when his whole life was a fight to learn that information. So, my nigga Falco. Falco, the reason why I'm gonna put him here so far is because I hear a lot of theories about Falco. I really believe how Attack on Titan has a huge link to Norse mythology. From Ymir being a name of a god in Norse mythology, from there being a world tree in the series, I'm thinking it's a world tree, to the bird. Falco turns to a bird in the later series, to that serpent that is a Titan spine, resembles or acts like Nidhogg in the series, to the fact that there may be a Valhalla. That was Valhalla. You know when Hanji finally died and she got to talk with everybody else? That is Valhalla. Them niggas fought valiant. They literally died in battle, so they came back in Valhalla. That's cool to me. They even had Sasha in the background. They had Sasha in the background, bro. That's why I'm thinking Attack on Titan has a lot of links to Norse mythology. At that point, Falco plays a huge role because they think that there's a theory that he may either become the new Founder Titan or a new Attack Titan or some shit. But as for him as a character, I also fuck with him because he reminds me of he's like a young Reiner in a way. We don't know what Falco would do for the story. Just that based on how all the puzzle pieces are lining up, he may play a big role in how the series ends. So at that point, I may have to put him at 8. Because I think he's a little more important than everybody else we ran through in the series. And he does probably play a big role in how the series ends too, but that's my theory. And as for a character overall, she's only shown up in the series for about 30% of it. She was a crystal for 2 years. Well, I'm thinking even over that. So, Faye. This is hard to place her because her impact on the story was huge. She's the one who drove Grisha to really take a look at the world around him and, you know, question it, and that not forced him, but that was like the catalyst into him being an extremist in a way, or being an Eldian restorationist. After seeing this happen, it was extremely traumatizing. So her role in the story, pretty much, and how the plot did build up, is huge. She goes like right here, around where Kruger is low key, but a little less than Kruger, like how she did. All they wanted to do is just see the boats, the flying boats, dry off or some shit. And the fact that she was taken and done dirty like that, bro. What happened to Faye should not be forgotten. That's why I really want to put her in an A. But as for her, she kind of is more of like a functioning character. So I might put her here. Does she deserve more influence than Dina though? Well, Dina, this is hard. In that logic, she's only been in the series for like an episode if you watch anime. I don't know, I'm probably just being sentimental. May have to put her in D. Yeah. Flouch. He goes in A. Pretty much because he became the embodiment of like extremist ideology type shit. Like, this nigga became a Jaegerist extremist. He did everything in terms of making sure that the whole world was wiped out and Eren completed the rebellion plan. He was the embodiment of what Eren was driving to do and how it affected the people around him type shit. Some shit like that. Like, Floch was cold, bro. Like, even though I didn't really fuck with him as a character, because it was kind of, you know, banging against the main cast, which was like Armin, Mikasa, Annie, and them, but his character was very essential in how the story did play out after that. Because my nigga, he was really out there, you know, he was really out there aiming and popping niggas. He is inadvertently the reason why I think Hans died. So, only thing about Floch is I used to get him confused with Jean, like, because there's times in the manga that he looks like Jean and shit, but Floch the character, he's an A-tier character. Like, he did a lot. He low-key did a lot. Frida, I got put her F because my nigga's a founder Titan and got beat the fuck out of. I'm playing. She gotta go at least in D or F. I know she's not a. See, I don't know. I'm putting her D for now so far, cause I'll upload a snapshot of how the list's gonna look like after I do take another look. But Frida, I fuck with her character because she gave an insight into the real royal family behind the walls, and that was a lot of insight for us if you're an anime watcher or if you're reading. If you're reading and you just came into this whole plot of how the royal family, like, this royal family's not the real royal family. They're just they're just puppets. This is the real royal family. It was cool to see how the whole real royal family dynamic was and shit like that. It was just really cool to watch her arc, her little story, and how she interact with historian shit. But as a character, Frida didn't do way too much. It may be because I don't have a great memory of it. She didn't do too much. All she did was give Grisha the founder Titan. So, got put in D for now. This nigga right here, I like him. Like, this nigga was so cold to me. Like, when I seen this nigga like season 1, bro, I thought he was the coldest nigga of all time. Like, how that nigga sat in this chair like this. That nigga like a fucking, he was cold, bro. He like a fucking king. But at the same time, though, my nigga wasn't really, he didn't really do shit at all. So he gotta go in F. That nigga didn't do shit. Her, she an S tier. Psych, get this bitch in F. Fuck this nigga Gabi. I still don't fuck with Gabi for that. You know, I don't really fuck with Sasha way too much. Even though her character makes so much sense in this series, needed a character like that. Somebody who really put her pride into her, like, military feats, really put her pride into being the best honorary Marlene. They need that character. Because she's kind of not a fool to Reiner. But Reiner was a lot like her, the kid. Like, he really wanted to, you know, show that he was honorary Marlene, but he had more of an ulterior motive, though. He wanted his mom to be happy. Reiner wanted his mom to be happy, into why he wanted to be seen as an honorary Marlene. And he wanted to save the world. The nigga really wanted to save the world. And based on the propaganda they were given, predators were seen as devils, so they had to be eliminated. And it was pretty much knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone with Reiner. He was going to be seen as the savior of the world, and also he's going to finally get his mom and dad together. But you know what happened with his dad. Then they go into F tier already off rip. Reiner's dad going to F tier. Honestly, if I was in Reiner's dad's shoes, bro, nah, Reiner's dad going to F tier. But yep, Gabi going to F, just playing. How you function in the series, you got going A. But I don't fuck with you as a person, my nigga. Like, I don't fuck with Gabi as a person. I also don't fuck with how, like, even up, you know, when they when she snuck back into paradise and shit. I don't know, I just don't fuck with that whole thing in general, bro. That whole drinking up the wine part of the series and shit. Gabi, the character, she got going A, but fuck that little nigga. Came through and smoked Sasha like a sausage, nigga. Smoked Sasha, bro. I fuck with Pixies more than Bertholdt. I don't know if this is right to have him over Bertholdt, but Bertholdt's more or less, Bertholdt's like that nigga being dragged. He was like that nigga being dragged along. Like, this nigga's doing gang violence in the car, and they gonna throw Bertholdt the gun, and he's gonna be like, oh fuck, I guess I gotta shoot. Like, that's Bertholdt. I think this is Reiner's mom. Oh man.